Network's presentation of Houston Astros baseball. Your front row seat to the Astros and Rockets.
Yordan Alvarez continues to own this building. Globe Life Field has been his playground. 2 more home runs last night, 2 home runs on Tuesday, hit a home run on Monday. He can't help but smile. He has had such a big series here against the Rangers. The Lone Star Series on SCHN is presented by HEB. Tonight, the Astros go for a series victory against the Rangers. They have won 2 of the first 3 games. Tonight is game 4 of the series, game 10 of the road trip, as they take on the Rangers from Globe Life Field. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Todd Callis, alongside Jeff Blum. And Blummer, we have talked about it jokingly last night. We're running out of ways to describe what Yordan Alvarez is doing.
Yeah, what he's doing is remarkable, and we just enjoy watching him every day. He is one of the better pure hitters in the history of the game of baseball, and we get to see him on a daily basis. And then you put him inside this ballpark like TK was talking about, and he seems to light it up even more. But how about the first 5 games of the road trip? 2 for 16 and 0 RBIs. 2 of those hits were singles. Had a little bit of a lat issue, back issue, spasm that sparked up, gave him a couple of days off, and guess what? Those days off were exactly what the doctor ordered. A couple of moments in that cage got him right, and he has been on an absolute tear. He is fresh, he's healthy, and he's in a ballpark that he sees the ball so well at.
He's our player to watch, presented by Jack in the Box, and let's compare him to some of the elite hitters in baseball.
Yeah, we hear plenty about Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, rightfully so. They are very good ball players and are dynamic in this game. But at the same time, Yordan Alvarez deserves to be in that conversation early for MVP conversations, because he is 300 plus, 400 plus on base percentage, and that slug percentage is over 600, and he's the only player in the game right now with an OPS over 1,000.
Last couple of nights have been started by Jack Leiter, Jacob deGrom. It hasn't phased Yordan Alvarez. Tonight he has another tough customer, Nathan Eovaldi.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough matchup, because you can see in 4 starts versus the Astros, he is 2-0 with a 0.66 ERA, only allowing 1 home run. It's unique because Eovaldi used to be that power fastball type pitcher. He's adapted a little bit and using some more off speed, especially against the Astros.
He'll be opposed by the Astros' Spencer Arrighetti, who had a near no-hitter last time he faced the Rangers. Took that one into the 7th inning. Arrighetti and Eovaldi should be a good one tonight in Arlington. When we come back, Julian Morales will talk about the road trip and what the Astros have done in the month of May, better than anybody else in the division.
This is my new.
The Lone Star Series on SCHN is presented by HEB. Here, everything's better. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
The Astros have just one more game in Arlington, wrapping up this 4-game set between the Astros and the Rangers, this edition of the Silver Boot Series. And the Astros would love to grab a series win before wrapping up this long road trip. The Astros are playing better baseball right now. They've won 6 out of their last 8 games. All of that happening on the road. As I said, this is the last 3-city trip for this group. It's been a tough one, but they have played extremely well. Let's get to our What's on Tap, presented by Lawnmower Blonde, taking a closer look at what they've been doing, but also how other AL West teams have done in the month of May, because things have started to shift in the standings. As you see there, the Astros are the best playing group out of all of these. The Mariners right now in the lead in the division, just barely. Astros 3 games back, 1 game back of Texas. But an opportunity here, as they are 6-3. They could go 7-3 on this trip with a win today. It'd be the first time they'd have 7 wins on a 10-game road trip since June of 2018. And the last time they won 6 games on a trip, it was 2024. So that is the goal today. A tough task, though, going up against a tough pitcher. Joe wants this group to lay off the split, see him up, be disciplined against Nathan Eovaldi. Blummer?
Thank you very much, Julia. It is a tough matchup. It's going to be fun to see how the Astros handle what Eovaldi is bringing them. And we got the Astros starting lineup. It is going to be presented by Whataburger. Jeremy Pena, Yordan Alvarez, and Isaac Paredes at the top three. In the middle, you've got Taylor Trammell, Cam Smith, Braden Shoemaker. And at the bottom, you've got Zach DeZenzo, Bryce Matthews, Christian Vasquez. Taylor Trammell having himself a very good series in a couple of games, 3 hits. He's got a double mixed in there. Overall on the road this season, 389 and a 976 OPS on the road for Taylor Trammell.
Lumber, you mentioned a tough customer, Nathan Eovaldi. He's changed his usage over the years. He used to be heavy on the fastball, but that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, the velocity down a little bit. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud is going to show you those last 4 starts against Houston where he's been very successful. The split is the predominant pitch, so he's going to try and cut and move the ball. But the interesting thing about that split, it's usually in the zone. He actually will throw that for a strike, and when he gets ahead to 2 strikes, there might be a little bit more action on it down out of the zone. So the Astros have a tough job seeing it in the zone and trying to square it up.
Now 36 years old, the Alvin, Texas native used to be a guy in his 20s, Plummer, that threw so hard that the 4-seamer was prevalent, but as you can see, it's diminished in the last few years.
Yeah, it's kind of incredible. Since 2022, it's almost flipped completely to the side of the split-fingered fastball. The velocity may be dropping 2 or 3 miles an hour, just enough to where it might be a little more pedestrian this day and age, where Major League Baseball's fastballs are averaging 93, 94 miles an hour. But to his credit, he's been able to adapt, still continue to success, but throwing that split in the zone early is what makes him good, because he's not going to dance out of the zone. You've got to be able to be ready to hit it in the zone.
We're going to have a special guest on the broadcast today. In the top of the 2nd inning is that guy, Joe Espada, who won his 200th game as an Astros manager. Congratulations to Joe. We'll talk to him during the course of the broadcast. And Skip Schumacher on the other side said, I'm tired of watching Yordan Alvarez. He's not even here. But for good reason. His son Brody has a graduation ceremony. So Luis Urieta is the bench coach and now turned interim manager for the night. But no Skip Schumacher running the Rangers tonight. His last bit of action with Yordan Alvarez was to intentionally walk him last night in the 9th inning. We'll see how they deal with the big man tonight as he bats second behind Jeremy Pena. Plummer, either way, this is going to be a successful road trip. If you can take this series and go back home 7-3 on this 10-game trip, that would create some huge momentum.
It would create a lot of momentum. You're going to face a very good team in the Milwaukee Brewers, but anytime you can finish off a road trip and have a winning series here in Arlington to cap off this 3-city trip, it would be a wonderful thing. It'd make for a very, very happy flight.
Brewers have been in Houston since last night, having not played today and had a day game yesterday, so they're just chilling, waiting for the Astros to return home. The Brewers on a 3-game winning streak coming into that series beginning tomorrow. We're underway with Jeremy Pena taking a pitch off the plate. Pena has a 9-game hitting streak going against the Texas Rangers going back to last season, and during that stretch he's hitting .378 with 1,047 OPS. Pena playing every game and starting every game on this road trip. Joe Espada saying he's going to look for maybe a game against the Brewers to get Jeremy off his feet for one day as he takes a strike here, has a 2-1 count.
That's a little bit different than the thumb injury, huh? Coming out of spring training, it was, the thumb injury, going to play him a day, give him an off day, trying to mix everybody around that infield. But off that hamstring, he has come right in and contributed both on the defensive and offensive side.
Pena has gone after a lot of first pitches, a little more selective here in this first at bat tonight against Eovaldi, which is usually better for Yordan. And Jeremy delivers deep to left field, all the way back. Asuda, that ball's in the second deck. JP3 with his 2nd home run of the series, and right away puts the Astros in front 1-0.
Tell you what, these Astro guys make me look good, feel good when they're playing good. Everything's good. That's a hanging splitter in the zone. So immediately it's paying dividends. You're going to see it right here on our Mattress Firm Supermo. There's that split grip. Split stays up. If you see it high, let it fly. And that's exactly what Jeremy Pena did. 2 home runs in this series now for JP.
Yeah, the one 2 nights ago was one of the longest of his career at 454. That was not too shabby either, getting into the second deck here in left field.
424.
All right. Yordan Alvarez has hit a few of that distance or further in this series. As Jeremy sets the tone and Yordan fouls the first pitch he sees tonight away. He is 12 for 23 lifetime against Eovaldi with 3 doubles and 2 home runs. Eovaldi getting ahead of Jordan here, 0-2. So there you see, Plummer, he's got 6 hits. He's got a single and 5 home runs. He is averaging 410.5 feet per base hit in the series.
I like that. That might be one of my favorite graphics ever.
That pitch up high for a ball, 1-2. I love the confidence right now. Eovaldi got to 0-2. Jordan looked out there and he's kind of nodded his head like that was a good pitch.
Yeah, way to go. Congrats. What do you got now? Elevated fastball up out of the zone, way out of the zone. Might be something down or a cut. Guy stayed firm, but that was that cutter. How about we check out the home runs on our spray chart, brought to you by StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. On the left-hand side, you can see some of the off-speed, allowing him to get those arms extended, and he can go to the big part of the ballpark, only pulling really one of those home runs, but everything else a majestic shot to center field or right center field.
Even with Luis Urieta, the interim manager, in his press conference today, or his media scrum, whatever you want to call it, Jordan was a topic for about 1/4 of that scrum. Usually it's the team that the guys managing that they focus on, but Jordan was a huge topic of conversation even in the other dugout before tonight's game.
He's a worthwhile conversation. He is so good that he will impress even the opposing coaching staff, trying to figure out how to compete against him.
Everybody looking at the iPad saying, what do we do now?
Either that or they're admiring the swing.
Close pitch. Higashioka thought they got the corner. He's going to challenge the call by Ramon De Jesus.
Might have wasted one early.
Ooh, just off the plate. And that is driven by Jordan too. We're like that close to getting him out.
That's what they were hoping for. That was that cutter. It kind of gives you the illusion. It looks like it's gonna get back and grab that edge. That one just didn't.
So the Rangers down to 1 challenge, 2 batters into the game, thinking they had struck out Jordan. And now he'll draw a walk. His team leading 37th walk after being down in the count 0-2. Still ends up drawing the walk.
His at-bats are so good right now.
That was a great off day in Chicago, huh?
Yeah, if you're going to have one, do it there. Yeah, genius.
Because he has come back from that one off day Sunday and been
insane, isn't it?
Otherworldly. So good long at bat there, or plate appearance by Jordan, drawing the walk. And here's Isaac Paredes. Paredes delivers one deep down the left field side. If it stays fair, it's trouble. It's gone. Isaac Paredes hits a 2-run home run, and just like that, the Astros out in front 3-0 against a guy who had a 0.66 ERA against them in his last 4 starts.
Isaac came into this game hitting 111 against Eovaldi, and he got a 2-seamer up and in, 92 miles an hour, and he went turn and burn. Just snuck it over the wall and inside that foul pole down the left field line. The Astros off to a quick 3-0 lead on some rockets.
Going back to July of 24, Eovaldi had allowed 2 earned runs in 27 1/3 innings against the Astros in his last 4 starts. But 3 runs already without an out, and now Taylor Trammell. Trammell sees a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. How about this beginning to a game?
It's enjoyable, but if you're going to get him early, huh? His first 25 pitches gives up a 928 OPS, and that's only going to go up today.
Trammell starts the night with a 6-game hitting streak. Down to the count here, 0-2. Taylor batting 4th for the 2nd time in his career. Had never batted 2, 3, or 4 in any major league lineup until last night. And went 2 for 3 last night with a double and a single his first 2 times up. Taylor hitting a healthy 371 coming into this game. He is playing his 3rd game of the series after 4 rehab starts at AA Corpus Christi, coming off the IL. Goes down on 3 pitches here as Eovaldi picks up his first out with a strikeout.
Go back to that home run on our UTMD Anderson strike zone. You see that two-seamer up and in, but only 92 miles an hour. And Isak loaded up and hit a line drive over that left field wall. Just come right into your living room right here.
Isak keeping that fair, which is always a good sign. He hits a lot of deep fly balls just fouled down the left field line. Now Cam Smith taking a first pitch slider for a strike. Cam had his 6-game hitting streak snap last night. Ended up with an 0 for 4. Still hitting .280 over his last 7 games and having a good road trip. Takes a pitch for a ball. It's 1-1. Eovaldi's last 4 starts, he has pitched at least 7 innings. Had a start against the Yankees on the road where he went 8 and has allowed a total of 4 runs in those 4 starts coming in over 29 innings. That's why this ambush here in the first inning is so impressive against the guy who's been rolling. It's 1-2.
Yeah, this is a good pitching staff. Kind of middle of the pack rotation, but their bullpen's been lights out, but they've also been better here at home. But the Astros have, for whatever reason, made this place look small.
Cam not feeling very well after that foul ball off his front leg. Hobbles around and may take a little time to be okay. Rafael Freitas, the assistant athletic trainer, is going to come out and take a look at Cam. Told an Astros fan that the Astros would be up 3-0 after 3 batters with 2 home runs. They'll be like, my gosh, Jordan got another one.
Exactly. No, he was sandwiched in between a couple.
See where this got Cam.
Mattress Firm Supermo. Right off that front ankle, top of the foot. The only good thing is a quick flight home. So it won't have enough time to really swell up and feel good. Just be a mildly heavy ankle weight.
Astros heading home after this 10-game road trip, their last 3-city trip of the season, as Julian mentioned. Cam down in the count 1-2. And Hughes 1 foul, staying alive.
Last 3-city trip and hopefully our last cold trip until we get to the end of the season.
Yeah, I was going to add hopefully our last 2 pieces of luggage trip.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I need to cut it down to 1.
Both of us and Julia as well. That's off the plate, 2-2. So in the midst of this 3-run inning, the Astros also putting some pitches on Eovaldi here in the first. Cam is 0 for 6 lifetime with 2 walks against Eovaldi. He struck out 3 of those 6 at bats. Stays alive with that foul ball. Stays 2-2.
Pretty good pitch to hit, but just in that 2-strike count, just a little bit tardy.
He'd only allowed 3 home runs to righties in his first 10 starts of the year, and the Astros right-handers have 2 home runs against him in the first inning tonight. And has worked to count to full and having another good plate appearance here against Eovaldi. Ron went from 0-2 to a walk, and now Cam with a full count. On the ground, stays fair, backhanded by Young. His throw in time to get Smith by a step. And that's the second out of the inning. The 2 starters today have been decision makers, as Nathan Eovaldi has a decision in all 10 of his starts, and Spencer Arrighetti has a decision in all 7 of his starts. Spencer 6-1 coming in. Eovaldi 5-5, deserves probably a better record, but he's had some games without much run support. But when you have starting pitchers that get a decision every outing, that means they're going pretty deep in general. That's been the case for both of these right-handers tonight to wrap up this 4-game series. Here's Braden Shoemake. Shoemake making his 19th start as an Astro. Only 1 walk this year and 2 walks in his career, but he's got a 2-0 count to start this at bat.
Some good at bats. If the Astros have swung early, they've hit the ball hard. If they've been patient, they've worked some deep counts. 25 pitches in this inning.
Shoemake with the foul balls, 2-1. Braden 1 for 3 with a double against Eovaldi. Julio will have a little update on Braden playing here in Arlington. He's got a lot of people in town for this series. As he takes a strike, it's 2-2. To Wiley East High School. A lot of connections in and around the area. The 29th pitch of the inning almost hits Braden Shoemake. That's now the 30th pitch, actually. So that 30-pitch first inning for Eovaldi, and the third full count of the first 6 batters. Shoemake very aggressive. Goes after that 3-2 splitter and can't connect. A couple of strikeouts for Eovaldi, but damage done for the Astros.
Yeah, a lot of joy going around the bases early for the Astros. Second home run of the series for Jeremy. And adding to it, second home run of the inning. Isak, 3-0 Houston. Here is how the Rangers are going to line up. Jock Peterson will be at the top. Alejandro Osuna, Brandon Nimmo, Josh Young, Evan Carter, Jake Burger on National Burger Day is in there. Ezekiel Duran, Kyle Higashioka, and Nicky Lopez. But Jock Peterson, last couple of games, has lit it up. He's gotten 4 hits in the last 2 games. 3 of those have gone out of the ballpark. 2 yesterday.
They'll face 26-year-old Spencer Arrighetti. Spaghetti has been rolling lately. You see his numbers on the year. His last 2 starts against the Rangers and the Cubs. The last one on the road. 12 1/3 innings of shutout baseball, only allowing 3 hits. The walks have been a little bit of an issue. 4 walks in each of those starts, but it hasn't hurt him with those zeros in the runs column. 10 strikeouts to go along with those 8 walks. Had a no-hitter going against the Rangers last time he faced them until the 7th inning. Justin Foscue, who's not in the lineup tonight, broke it up with a single in the 7th with 1 out. Actually, in the 8th, he went 7 1/3. No-hit innings before that hit in the 8th inning. But Peterson sends a pop-up into shallow right field, so shallow that the second baseman Bryce Matthews will make the call and the catch. And Spencer Arrighetti has 1 out on 2 pitches. How about the Astros starting defense tonight? It is presented by Xfinity. Christian Vasquez getting the start tonight. He has started 3/4 of the game since Yainer Diaz has been on the IL, 18 of 24. Braden Shoemake getting the start at 3rd with Bryce Matthews at 2nd. Pena Paredes, the other infielders. Your outfield today has Zach DeZenzo in left, Taylor Trammell patrolling center with Jake Myers getting the day off, and Cam Smith in right. Here's Alejandro Osuna. Osuna taking a pitch in for a ball, 1-0. Arrighetti making his 8th start of the year, 5 of the 8 coming on the road. Road numbers not quite as good as his home numbers, but they're both very good. Away, he's been 1.74 as Spencer, and at home is 0.89 on the season.
So you're saying he needs to clean it up on the road?
I think he would love to clean up the walks a little bit.
Well, that's the only thing that was frustrating in that last outing in Chicago, is that he probably would have loved to have been on the mound a little bit longer.
This ball into left. DeZenzo had a good read. He backs up and makes the play for out number 2. Yeah, you're right, Plummer. 89 pitches in 5 innings. As a guy who thinks about himself as a top-end rotation guy, you want to give your starter, you want to give your team more than 5 innings whenever possible.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind if it was 89 pitches through 5 if he punched out 7 or 8, maybe 10 guys in that time. You want to use those pitches appropriately, but with those walks involved, we have 4 walks and 2 hit batters in that last outing. That's what kind of ramps up the pitch count, creates a lot of leverage pitches in those 89 in Chicago as well.
He has averaged 4 walks per start in his last 4 outings. But in those outings, he's allowed a total of 2 earned runs. So it's hard to argue with the end results. as he delivers a pitch off the plate to Brandon Nimmo.
Yeah, he's putting in some overtime.
See Nimmo's numbers on the year and then what he has done against the Astros. Obviously, all these Rangers hitters with that near no-hitter by Spencer Arrighetti are not going to have good numbers against him. I mentioned Foskew's not in the lineup. Danny Jansen, the only other one who faced him for the Rangers earlier in the year with a hit. Actually, it was last year with a hit. Is not in the lineup as well. So only Nicky Lopez, who's a new Ranger as of yesterday, had a hit with the White Sox against Spencer. Nobody else in this lineup has had a career base hit against Arrighetti coming into tonight. He's falling behind Nimmo here, 3-0. There's a strike. Nimmo has drawn a couple of walks from Arrighetti. He's 0 for 3 with 2 walks. He drew one of those 4 walks in Spencer's last start against Texas. Hits this ball deep to right field. Cam Smith going back to the wall, and he will jump up. Does he make the catch? No, it's just over his glove. No, he got it. He got it. Cam just robbed Nimmo of a home run. He dinked me initially. I did not think he brought that back, but he did. Cam Smith, the best right fielder defensively in 2026, saves a run.
Timed it beautifully and took away that home run. Cam Smith elevating.
Back here in Arlington with the Astros leading 3-0. Joe Espada kind enough to join us from the dugout. Joe, first of all, congratulations on win number 2.
Hold on a second. Got it. Thank you.
We were going to tell you that Skip Schumacher's not here tonight.
Yeah. No, I got it. I got the text. He's with his graduation of his son. So congratulations to Skip's son.
So I was going to start with congratulating you on 200, which we are both very appreciative of how you've gotten there so fast. Here's a grab ball shortly to the
Get there.
third, and then Zach DeCenzo thrown out. But now we've got to start with that play to end the bottom of the first.
Yes.
This is a guy who learned to play the outfield in spring training last year, right?
Yeah, same guy, yes. Incredible athlete. Obviously, he just showed it there on that play. Athleticism, ability to find the wall, time to leap to make that play. That just tells you not only how good of an athlete he is, but how smart he is and how he's starting to pick up that position, how well he's playing.
Well, how about how well he's been swinging the bat, too?
Yeah, he is. So, starting to find, his rhythm. And again, just like any young player, it's going to take some time. It requires patience. You got to continue to, walk this walk with him, what the league is trying to do. And he's very receptive. And, this kid is going to be a star. But it's going to take some time. But he just right there, he shows you how good he's going to be.
Joe, if someone told you at the beginning of the road trip you would get number 200 on this trip, you would have taken it because that means a winning road trip. What have you seen on this trip that might be a turning point for this team?
Number one, and I don't think we've talked about this enough, but our defense has been really, really good. Our pitching obviously has been throwing the ball well, but we're making a lot of great plays behind our pitching that is allowing us to take pitchers deep into the game and allow us to get back into the dugout to go back out there and score more runs.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. The versatility and the ability is what makes that defense very good. Spencer on the bump today. He didn't break with the team. What have you seen that's been different about his demeanor since coming back to this ball club? Because he's kind of taken the reins of that ace in the rotation.
Yeah, he's got this more of this serious, demeanor about him, like his old business, maturity. Obviously, we know about this stuff, and but his ability to throw more strikes, hitting the count, his breaking ball is one of the best in the game, and I think that's what's making him very effective here. And credit to this guy right here hitting right now too, Christian Vasquez. After Yanier Diaz went down on the IL, this guy has really taken pride of trying to get our staff back, and he's doing a remarkable job.
He started 18 of 24 since Yanier's been down and been a big part. We don't have much time to talk tonight, Joe. Thank you for your time.
All right, guys.
Congrats
thank you.
on 200, Joe.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Joe Espada joining us here in the top half of the second. It turns out to be a 1-2-3 inning.
Niner spotlight will fall on last night's winning pitcher. That's Mike Burrows, who went 7 innings, gave up a couple of runs. Those happened early because then he really found a groove and retired almost everybody he faced after that. Working into the 7th, he felt really good about all of his body of work. He said that he made some adjustments quickly, especially after that first inning, just how aggressive the Rangers came out of the gate, making those in-game adjustments. Vasky did a great job, too, helping him. But he said they started to pitch backwards, and that's where he was able to really roll through 7. He is now feeling better just about several starts, guys, as he's continuing to put them together, work deep into games, starting to find his groove out there.
Yeah, that's now 4 in a row, Julia, where he's been on the road and pitched at least 6 innings, and 2 of those he went a career-high 7 innings. Boston, Cincinnati, Minnesota, and now Texas, where he's gone at least 6 innings. This ball drilled deep to left field. I'm not sure if anybody can save a home run on this one. Josh Young connecting on a long home run against Spencer Arrighetti. Young's 6th home run of the year, and the Rangers on the board. It's now a 3-1 game.
There's a cutter that stayed up, but middle. Josh Young got a hold of that one. There you see the cutter kind of flattened out at 88, and Young got the head out on that one and launched it off the second deck. Only the 2nd home run given up this season. Both home runs given up by Spencer this season now to right-handed hitters.
So the Astros putting up a 3 spot in the 1st with a couple of home runs. The Rangers answer with a home run of their own, and now Evan Carter, the batter.
I don't think any of us doubt that Burrows can get deep in a game, but it was fun to watch him make those adjustments like Julia was talking about.
Yeah, we were talking about it during the broadcast. That fastball early in counts was getting hit, and it all of a sudden kind of changed as we went along. And he's a guy who's got more of a leash now. You see how many times he faced a hitter 3rd time through the lineup last year in Pittsburgh. That's over 19 starts. And this year in 11 starts, he's already faced more than twice as many hitters 3rd time through the lineup. Paredes comes in and makes this play on the ground ball by Evan Carter for the 1st out. But he did mix up his selection of pitches as the game went along.
Yeah, credit to him for recognizing what the Rangers were doing to him. And there you see, 1st time through the order, heavy on the fastball. 2nd time started to adjust to that breaking ball. And when he saw the success of it, that 3rd time around, 1st pitch, he really got after that breaking ball, just throwing some get-me-over pitches to get ahead 0-1, really benefited him. And some of those strikeouts late were actually on fastballs that were elevated through the zone, so it made his fastball play even better after the off-speed.
You get him on a roll. We've already seen what Arrighetti and Lambert have done so far this year. Highway Tang back-to-back shutout starts. Tatsuya Imai was just part of a no-hitter in this series. Then you've got Hunter Brown, who's going to pitch Friday, who's on his way back. Now all of a sudden, a rotation where you're trying to kind of patch holes in the wall is becoming one of your forces on this team, and one of the reasons why the Astros have made this run.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. These guys have locked in and really created a nice little competitive rotation.
And I think Spencer wants to be thought of as kind of a guy. He's never going to be the guy with Hunter Brown on the staff, but he wants to be thought of as a guy at the top end of that rotation that you can count on start in and start out. So far, coming in with that 6-1 record and a 1.32 ERA, he is more than delivered. He's not in any of the leaderboards in the American League because he hasn't qualified for innings. Remember, his first 3 starts this year when the Astros were in a 5-man rotation and he wasn't a part of it. We're at AAA Sugarland, so he's only got 41 innings. The Astros have played 57 games so far on the year, so he's still 16 innings shy of qualifying. You need an inning per number of games your team has played, as this one's fouled away. It's 1-2. But if he gets a win tonight, he is right up there amongst the leaders in wins in the major leagues. And if the Astros get a win tonight, they will move past the Rangers by a percentage point into 3rd place in the American League West. Swing and a miss. Jake Berger goes down. That'll be strikeout number 1 for Arrighetti in the 2nd out of the inning.
That burger was with some Swiss cheese. Found a hole in that swing with that curveball. Down and away, got some chase. If that curveball starts to lock in for Spencer, he can get comfortable and start to get some swing and miss with it.
There's Ezekiel Duran. He's back in the lineup today. Had a little bit of an illness yesterday. After his first at bat, had a little bout with dizziness and went back out there and played an inning or two. And then his second at bat, felt it come on again. And the Rangers weren't going to take any chances, so they took him out of the game after 2 at bats. But he's fine and ready to go today. Fouls off the next pitch. He's down to the count 0-2. Home run by Josh Young to start the inning, putting the Rangers on the board. Now Arrighetti trying to get the next 3 hitters. That one misses wide, 1-2. Arrighetti's 3rd career start against the Rangers, has a 0.68 ERA in his 2 previous starts. He and Eovaldi good numbers against their opposition tonight in recent starts. Spencer has struck out Duran 2 of the 3 at bats. They've gone head to head. This is with the fastball up. It's 1-2. Got him with a fastball up and a sweeper away in his last start on the 15th of May. Got in on him there. Check swings fouled back to the screen.
Good pitch. Now you got him kind of sped up on that fastball a little bit. You've got him conscious of it, especially the inside. Now you can sweep or break a fastball off the outside corner if you want, or just stay in with the heater.
Hit hard up the middle. That's a great at bat by Duran. He battled with 2 strikes, ended up with a 2-out base hit. Rangers' 2nd hit of the game, 2nd hit of the inning.
Well, he did go to that sweeper.
Houston Astros are proud to honor Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Night at Daikin Park. That'll be tomorrow night. Visit astros.com/AAPI for tickets and more information. Astros and Brewers kicking off a 3-game series tomorrow at Daikin Park. Here's Kyle Higashioka. Takes a pitch up for ball 1. Have rotated their catchers every other day in the series. Jansen catching games 1 and 3. Higashioka games 2 and 4. Counts 2-1. Pitches in, 3-1 to the number 8 hitter Higashioka. Nicky Lopez on deck. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and popped foul down the left field line, up near the roof here at Globe Life Field, and lands in the second deck. Spencer only threw 10 pitches in the first inning, having to work a little harder here in the second. 23 pitches in. Got him. Started that breaking ball right at Higashioka and broke it over for a strikeout. Ends up with 2 Ks in the inning.
The power play is presented by AGB, and a lot of power from the little fella. 5 home runs over 2 games for Jose Altuve back on September 4th through the 5th. Right here at Globe Life Field back in 2023. Nathan Eovaldi involved in that one too. But how about that bottom line? Only major league player with 5 home runs, yes, over a 7-inning span. An incredible stretch for Jose Altuve as another Astro with big home run numbers right here at Globe Life Field.
And that was a crazy run by Altuve. And there you see all 4 hitters in Astros history, Blummer, who have had 5 home runs over a 3-game span.
Some great names on that list. Jordan, of course, Jose, Richard Hidalgo back in 2000 when he ripped over 40 home runs, and then the Big Bopper back in 1990.
Jordan trying to do something that has never been done in Astros history, and that is a batter with 6 home runs in 1 series. He'll bat second in the inning behind Jeremy Pena. Pena hit a home run of his own. JP now has home runs in 2 of his last 3 games and a 10-game hitting streak going against the Rangers. Hits this ball hard, but Ezekiel Duran takes one away from Pena on a nice backhand play. Pena with 2 good swings so far tonight against Eovaldi.
I think that's exactly how you think about it for Jeremy Pena. Good swing on the home run and a great swing here. Just didn't get credit for it.
Well, Eovaldi to Yordan Alvarez. He got ahead of Yordan 0-2 in the first plate appearance and then walked him. First pitch cutter in, 1-0. See, Eovaldi has his own signals that he punches in on PitchCom on his belt. Trying to find the right combination to get Yordan. Didn't miss the zone by much, but Higashioka, who lost a challenge in the first inning, is not going to challenge that one. It's 2-0.
Good thing he didn't challenge that one.
Well, Higashioka making his suggestions with a 2-0 pitch. It is his call here, not Eovaldi, after Eovaldi called the first pitch against Yordan. 3-0. He has missed now on the last 7 pitches to Yordan after being 0-2 in that first plate appearance. Got a 3-0 green light, and he grounds one to first base. Flip to Eovaldi, and Yordan retired for the second out. How about if we check out tonight's Chevy Stroh poll? Only one player has won the MLB Triple Crown. That's winning in batting average, home runs, and RBIs in the same season. It's only happened once in the past 59 years. Will anyone ever win one again? A, Yordan will. B, Aaron Judge will. C, Shohei Ohtani will. Or D, nah, it's not going to happen. Got to add Space City HN. Use the hashtag Stroh poll. Here's Isaac Paredes, and he's down in the count 0-1. Isaac very aggressive on the first 2 swings against Eovaldi tonight.
If he's aggressive early, it kind of tells me that he might have been sitting on that pitch.
Isak sees more pitches than anybody else in baseball, 4.48 per plate appearance. That one's down for a ball, 1-1.
And I wouldn't imagine Isak is too stressed about being aggressive and missing that first pitch.
Not a lot of success against Eovaldi before that home run, just 3 for 21 for Isak. Double, a couple of singles, and 2 walks, and Eovaldi has struck him out in 11 of his first 21 at bats. Isak got him for a 2-run home run his first time up tonight to give the Astros a 3-0 lead. It's now 3-1. It's wide, and the count's 3-1. Ball 4. Paredes draws a walk. He'll be a 2-out base runner for Taylor Trammell. Taylor struck out swinging his first time up on 3 pitches. Their head-to-head matchups. Eovaldi has loved starting out Trammell with a first pitch curveball. He's done it 6 of the 9 head-to-head appearances against Trammell. Overall, Nathan has a 26% usage on the curveball first pitch of an at-bat. And that is the curveball that bounces away. Higashioka didn't see it initially, and a wide turn at second by Paredes before he holds up. So a curveball bouncing on the plate, putting a runner in scoring position.
A couple bounces, and Higashioka was on the hunt.
Next pitch, a strike to Trammell. It's 1-1. Taylor had 2 hits last night and 3 at bats. A double, hardest hit baseball of the night for the Astros at 111.4, and that's saying something when Jordan's in the lineup. Also a single in the right center field. He also had a sacrifice later in the game that turned into the winning run. The ball was thrown away by Tyler Alexander down the right field line.
Let's check out some outfield arms presented by Lone Star College. Talked about it the last couple of days. They're going to challenge Carter and Osuna. Nimmo, he's got a pretty good arm. If he moves left or right, I still imagine that they're going to test him. Got Isak out there at second base, and
fair ball. That's going to easily score a run. Taylor Trammell's going to dig for second, and he is going to go in head first with an RBI double. Taylor Trammell, a 7-game hitting streak going back to when he was on the IL prior to that, and he makes it a 4-1 game.
He got a cutter in. We saw it last night. Watch the hands be pulled in and able to get the head out and keep that ball fair. Good swing by Taylor Trammell, screaming at that one as it got over that bag for that fair ball. And he hustles himself into second base and picks up a 2-out RBI as he barely got to the bag.
There was no extra
waste haze right there.
That ball into center field for a base hit. Trammell's being waved around. They are going to test the arm of Evan Carter. The throw is not in time. Into second base goes Cam Smith. Smith with the RBI single. It's now a 5-1 Astros lead.
Astros coming alive with 2. This is a part of the order in that first inning that Eovaldi took advantage of, but not this time around. Great job of staying on that split down by Cam Smith. He's had some issues with the changeups and splits, but this one right here just rifled back up the middle, hit hard, and you can see Tony Perez-Chica saying, "We are going to run on you, Evan Carter," and they score.
Cam getting into second after the base hit. It was a single and second on the throw. The Astros with a little 2-out lightning here after the 2-out walk to Isak Paredes. Now Braden Shoemake sends one deep to center field. Evan Carter back, still going back. He's near the wall. He will reach up and make the catch right against the wall. Shoemake hit it close to 400 feet, if not a little more. But he's out number 3. Astros score 2 and have a 5-1 lead.
The best in Texas power pitcher is driven by Ford. One of the best when it comes to ERA would be Spencer Arrighetti, who's done such a nice job. Start of the season, 132 is what he comes into today with. Very good, one of the leaders in that. He told me after his last start too, numbers all look good right now, but there are things that he wants to continue to work on, clean up a bit. 5 scoreless in Wrigley, yes, that's good. It was giving his team a chance to win, but he wanted to go deeper. He wants to limit the walks to Gabriel.
Yeah, so far so good for that category, Julia. 2 innings, 2 hits allowed, but no walks from Spencer as he faces the 9-hitter Nicky Lopez. Lopez just signed with the Rangers after being let go by the Cubs, and last night played his first game in a Texas Rangers uniform. It's been quite a journey for the 31-year-old who started last year with the Cubs in spring training and went from the Cubs to the Angels, back to the Cubs, to the Diamondbacks, to the Yankees, and then started this year with the Colorado Rockies before going back to the Cubs for a 3rd time in the span of a little more than a calendar year, and then back away from the Cubs to the Rangers. So he's been all over the board.
He's got a lot of gear bags.
That's just from the beginning of spring training last year.
It's incredible. Every team you go to, they give you a gear bag, so he's probably got a nice collection going. Wow.
What do you do with all those gear bags?
Try and hide them from your wife.
This ball sent pretty well to center field. Trammell back on it though, has room and puts it away for the first out of the inning. So you're saying you may still have 1 or 2?
No, are you kidding me? No, I've been married for 25 years. There's nothing left. You kidding me? I have a couple of gloves that I've hidden like high up in my closet that I know she can't reach.
You know what would be cool, because it's a collector's item now, if you had an Expos bag.
Yeah, I know. If I would have realized back then what has happened, it would have been collector's items for sure.
Do you have anything Expos related?
There's some things floating around. I still have a couple of my jerseys and uniforms that I had back when I was playing. No, they don't fit.
Stop.
Yes, I have tried them on.
That was back when you were like
Oh, it's just a pup.
just right out of the minors.
Oh man, yeah. It's before big league meal money. Big league spreads. All of a sudden, it was Crush City come alive.
1-1 to count. There still is, I'm sure you saw the Netflix documentary, a passion up there in Montreal for their team that's no longer there.
I did. That was very interesting. They did a very good job of explaining the progression of ownership and the demise, actually, of that franchise. And unfortunately, I guess, I was there as it turned into a Major League Baseball club with ownership, and that was actually the year I got traded, is when Major League Baseball took over that organization as Jeffrey Loria went to Miami.
Organization would eventually end up in D.C. Plummer broke into the big leagues with the Montreal Expos.
That's how I became an Astro. I was the first trade of that regime, I guess, if you call it that.
Oh,
I got traded March 12th of 2002 in spring training from Montreal to Houston.
This ball fouled away. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who was running it then? Do you remember the name?
Omar Minaya.
There you go.
Yeah. And and I actually saw him, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. He was working with the Yankees. And, we run into each other every now and then. We see it. And he'll look right at me and go, worst trade I ever made. And I'm like, it was your first one, too. He goes, I know. He was great about it.
I love it. What was the trade?
Well, I got to do that now.
Oh, I thought that was for a guy
It was Chris Truby.
Oh, it was Truby. Gotcha.
Yep.
People are going to look it up if you don't give it.
Oh, yeah, it's out there for sure.
2-2 the pitch, or 2-2 the count. Pitch is hit hard to right field, but Cam Smith is there. That's no problem for Cam for the second out of the inning.
This Saturday, 10,000 fans will receive a City Connect gym bag presented by Houston Methodist. Visit astros.com/promotions to add to your collection. Get that Astros City Connect gym bag.
Kind of fitting. We were just talking about travel bags.
Right? It's almost as if somebody's actually listening to us.
No.
Just messing.
2 outs, nobody on. We're hearing rumors that Julia's out on a food run right now.
Ooh. It's always exciting.
One of the new food items here at Globe Life Field.
She had one of her more memorable stadium food experiences at the old stadium across the street. So I can't wait to hear what she's gotten into.
Apparently there's a sombrero filled with nachos. That is called a rally sombrero.
I think I've seen pictures of this, but to see it in action is going to be fun.
Asuna gets clipped by that pitch. Spencer's had his share of hit by pitches this year as he hits Asuna with a 2-0 pitch. So Brandon Nimmo will bat with a runner on first and 2 away. That's Eric Getty's 7th hit batter of the season. Pitch is up for ball 1. Seven hit batters is a lot in 8 starts.
It is, but it really doesn't hurt your pitch count. or your walk totals.
It was 2-0 already, so just go
split
ahead.
the difference.
And now he's 2-0 for a second straight batter as Nimmo flied out to deep right. It was one of the great catches of the year by an Astro as Cam Smith went over the wall and right to bring it back. It would have been Nimmo's 7th home run of the year.
Good curveball. Nimmo way out in front of that one. Cam's been nothing short of electric out there in right field.
I think if you had the vote right now, he would be your Gold Glover,
yeah,
right?
I think so.
Just look at all the metrics that he's leading out of the right field position. Home run robbery doesn't hurt your chances either, as he'll be on some highlight reels tonight. Taylor Trammell will put that one away as Brandon Nimmo skies to center to end the inning. 1 hit batter, 1 left on. Spencer Arrighetti and the Astros lead 5-1.
We welcome you back to Arlington, where one of the popular food items is the 9th inning rally sombrero nachos. You're looking at it. I don't know how much it weighs, but I know that tortilla is 26 inches. And there's a 9-layer dip in there for your nachos. It's shareable, TK.
Can you wear that on the plane later?
Maybe. I think you have to eat everything out of it, is what I'm told.
Oh my gosh.
So we have some work to do before you can wear it.
So there's actually a sombrero under there that's wearable.
Yeah.
Oh, you can flat out wear it. Really?
Yeah.
I'd go out and take ground balls with that thing.
Give some snacks to the boys around the
I'd be
infield.
like, hold on, boys, we got to get a chip.
Oh, it's $34.99.
Okay.
In case you guys want to get one.
It looks like you might need a refill on the chips. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, right?
No, you're right.
What is the shell edible?
Yeah.
Oh, and then you
Oh
eat
my
the hat
gosh.
afterwards. I got you.
This is craziness.
It is crazy. It is so heavy.
Is this?
I plan to just like walk around with it and show you guys, but I don't know if I can carry it.
In the category of everything's bigger in Texas, this is the stadium with the biggest food items, right?
The boomstick was very popular years ago. Then they had the boomstick burrito, and this is the same tortilla that they use for the boomstick burrito. They no longer have that burrito, unfortunately, but now they have turned it into these nachos.
That is remarkable.
So will we not hear from you for a little while?
I mean, I was going to bring it up to you guys.
Oh my. Would the elevator break if you did that?
Maybe. I need help.
Got to get your neck exercises in if you're going to wear that thing, huh? I don't know if my dome would fit in that thing.
Zach DeCenzo is striking out to start the inning. Oh, Julia, you have to partake a little bit, and then you can bring us whatever you want. There's a ground ball to short. Duran makes the play for out number 2. That is not a former sombrero nachos holder. But you can see the resemblance.
Don't they say 10-gallon hat or whatever it is? I mean, that thing on the left is maybe
That's
more.
right.
2 outs, nobody on, and Christian Vasquez the batter. Vasquez pops one up. This is the part of the order that Eovaldi was able to get through in order in the second. He does so again in the fourth. We're going to head to the bottom of the fourth after a quick inning. It is 5-1 Astros. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Rooms to Go. Get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item, every day. By Frontier Utilities, low-priced electricity and more. And by TxDOT. Buckle up day and night in every seat. Click it or ticket. Setting on the Dallas Metroplex area here as we get ready for baseball in the bottom half of the fourth inning. The guy who put the Rangers on the board with their only run tonight is leading off here in the fourth. That's Josh Young. Hit a home run to lead off the second inning. One of 2 hits allowed by Arrighetti, who has not walked anybody through 3 and struck out 2. He's also hit a batter. Young, after hitting a 1-0 pitch out his last time up, is down to the count here, 0-2. Josh has been the Rangers' top hitter this year, coming in with an .812 OPS. Has hit in 6 of his last 7 games. 4th in the American League in batting average, coming in at .302. Called third strike. Young thought about a challenge, but that sweeper had the edge, and Spencer has his 3rd strikeout of the game.
Sweeper coming across the UTMB strike zone and painted that outside corner beautifully.
I think had they not lost a challenge in the first inning, he might have challenged that one, but didn't want to lose the second challenge here in the 4th inning. Pitch is down to Evan Carter for a ball.
Yeah, the situation and lack of challenges is probably what kept him from challenging that one. He would have lost it anyways. It's a good pitch.
Evan Carter's had 2 completely different nights the last 2 nights. Tuesday had 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Was a double shy of the cycle. With a triple and a home run his first 2 at bats. Last night 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Here he fouls off the 2-0 pitch. It's 2-1. Spencer Arrighetti making his 8th start of the year. Astros winning his first 4 starts, losing in Cincinnati in a 3-1 contest, and then winning his last 2. That's a good pitch. 2-2 the count. Only 2 swings and misses so far for Spencer, but he has been able to pick up some pitches on the edges that have not been offered him. That one hit the back foot of Evan Carter. So 2nd hit batter of the game. And now as many hit batters as starts this year for Spencer with 8 and 8. This week on Astros Bases Loaded, we'll look back on a one-of-a-kind no-hitter here in Arlington. That was to start this series. We'll grab some coffee with the new Astros in Chicago. We'll find out what the players' favorite school subjects were. All that and more on Astros Bases Loaded. Debuting tomorrow at 5:30 only on SCHN and streaming anytime on SCHN Plus.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Oh my gosh.
Catcher challenge ball call.
Christian Vasquez challenging the ball call made by Ramon De Jesus.
Call is confirmed. Houston has 1 challenge remaining.
Astros have 1 challenge remaining. That's larger than I thought it would be.
I think she worked a little bit of a sweat and maybe a bicep workout.
Holy smokes,
that is a ridiculous amount of food right there.
Like you couldn't tell earlier how big it was, but it's ball thrown away down the right field side, going to second. It's going to be Evan Carter. Isaac Paredes getting the start at first. Spencer tried a pickoff attempt, and the ball got past Paredes, and advancing 90 feet is Evan Carter. Jake Berger batting with a 1-0 count. One and one to count. Spencer getting the error there to allow the runner to go to second. So hit by pitch and an error, putting a runner in scoring position. Laura, what do we do with this?
I'm not sure how much I can do with that. That's a lot.
We need to make some friends in a hurry. It's wide, 2-1. You can see based on what the media guide size are how big this thing is.
Yeah, clear the deck. I have to give her a high five for getting that thing up here.
The rally sombrero has made its way to the booth.
There's no way somebody puts that on their head.
No, I don't see how.
Yeah. But you know I'm going to have to investigate.
Yeah.
This may not go well. Oh, yeah, there's no way. You got to take the chips out of
Carter
there.
challenging a strike call.
So a strike called on Berger, and Jake's going to challenge this one. And he's going to win that as below this hole.
That's a pretty strong amount of food.
So after all these challenges, it's a 3-1 count on Berger. And he hits it sharply, knocked down by Shoemake, stays with it. And with Berger running, he's able to get the out there. Paredes throw back, not quite in time. Isaac had to throw flat-footed. Carter taking a chance, just got in ahead of the throw. That's the second out of the inning and a runner at third.
Good job by Shoemake staying with this, giving a strong throw. That ball was hit hard. Kind of jumped on him a little bit off the bat at 106. But then that throw back was actually a beautiful throw, and Arrighetti was there to try and put the tag on him. Probably a lot closer than Evan Carter wanted it to be. The second out recorded on the ground ball.
Now Spencer facing Ezekiel Duran, who had a single into center field his first time up. Duran grounds this one to short, backhanding his Pena. His throw in time, and the Rangers are down in the fourth. Runner stranded at third. Got some work to do with this huge sombrero. It is 5-1 Astros after 4.
League leaders are presented by Houston Methodist. Talking more Yordan Alvarez and his OPS in this ballpark. He said last night, I guess I see the ball pretty well here. I guess so. So Jeremy Pena, we followed up. He told me yesterday he would need some time to think about what to say about Yordan Alvarez. He did tell me post-game, this is just starting to feel normal for us when we watch him daily do this. But he said he is next level, not just homers, it's the approach, it's the at-bats, his ability to hit everything over 110. He's so advanced at making in-game adjustments. Yordan did say he loves playing here. Why wouldn't you?
I was going to say the numbers back that up.
I mean, he's lapping the field.
Literally. Yeah.
OPS. Now, how did Evaldi get him out with a 3-0 pitch last time?
The cutter. He just got big. Yordan was probably trying to hit one off the scoreboard and just got a little bit big on a cutter. But the interesting thing is, watch the next at bat.
Because we talk about adjustments, right?
Yeah. And he's a guy that will make those adjustments. He'll pick his spots too, you know. I mean, that was a situation, nobody on, 3-0 count. He's been swinging the bat well. He took a chance, just didn't work.
Jeremy Pena's had 2 good at-bats in front of Yordan tonight. Hit a home run his first time up. hit a line drive snagged by Ezekiel Duran his second time up. This one hit sharply, and Josh Young, what do you know, he finds it. That was a great play as he threw the glove up and made that play on the short hop. Jeremy retired continues to have good swings tonight against Eovaldi.
In between hop, but Young did a good job. You know what's interesting, playing third base, that drop step he just threw out there with his left leg opening up is such a huge move for every third baseman. It gives you just a little bit longer to see that ball and make plays like that.
Pena robbed on a couple of line drives his last time up. That one on the short hop by Josh Young. Now Jordan goes after the first one and fouls back to Cutter. 0-1.
Took a better swing at it. There's your all-time home run leaders at Globe Life Field, and Jordan's on there. In only 33 games, he's hit 17.
So there have only been 9 Rangers in the history of the stadium with more home runs than Jordan.
And all those other guys probably have 100+ games in this ballpark, if not 200+.
17 home runs, 37 runs batted in 33 games.
Gallo might be the only guy under 100 games in this ballpark. Yeah, kind of crazy.
Well, no Astro has ever hit 6 home runs in a series before. We're not trying to make team history tonight. He does have 2 career home runs against Eovaldi, and is 12 for 24 in his career against Nathan. It's this ball high in the air to left, sending Osuna back. Alejandro in front of the warning track puts it away for out number 2.
Star Wars returns to Dyken Park this Saturday, featuring themed characters, special activities, and exclusive Star Wars bobblehead add-on package while supplies last. Learn more at astros.com/Star Wars.
Two outs, bases empty, and Isaac Paredes the batter. Isak's been on base twice and scored. First time he scored with a 2-run home run. Second time he scored on the RBI double by Taylor Trammell. First pitch down for a ball, 1-0. Astros' first 6 hitters have done a good job against Eovaldi tonight. He's been able to keep that pitch count in check with some quick innings against the bottom third of the lineup. Paredes out in front of that slow curveball. It's 1-1. But again, the Astros have had no success lately against Eovaldi, and even during his Rangers career haven't had much success against him. They did hit him around with Boston a little bit. That's a strike, and Paredes down in the count, 1-2. Isak reaches out and sends one into left. Alejandro Osuna, his buddy, catches one and ends the 5th inning. A 1-2-3 5th for Nathan Eovaldi. We are halfway home in a 5-1 Astros lead.
Let's all play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up on June 5th through the 7th, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today. To game.
All right, Julia, bottom of the 5th inning. Spencer Arrighetti back to work. He's got a 5-1 lead. He'll face 8-9-1 in the Rangers lineup. Kyle Higashioka, then Nicky Lopez and Jock Peterson. Spencer so far allowing 2 base hits, one of them a home run for the lone Rangers run. He's also hit a couple of batters. Working with a 4-run cushion here as the Rangers bat in the 5th. First pitch home is a little bit low for ball 1. Spencer allowing 2 earned runs against the Cleveland Guardians back on April the 20th. That was a cold day in Cleveland, and Spencer working without his A stuff. Had to really battle that day. But those 2 runs allowed being earned in Cleveland, the only time he's allowed multiple earned runs in any start this year. 3-0 to start the inning with Kyle Higashioka leading off. Higashioka struck out looking his first time up. He'll take at least one, you would think. Ground ball, 2 hops for Braden Shoemake. Shoemake makes a strong throw for out number 1. So Spencer bounces back after falling behind 3-0 to start the inning, gets the first out. Nicky Lopez will bat. Lopez in his first game with the Rangers last night started the game at second base, then had to move to short when Ezekiel Duran left the game. Back at second tonight, flied out to center his first time up. Lopez takes a pitch off the plate for ball 1. Rangers still missing a lot of their key offensive players, including Corey Seager and Wyatt Langford, also Josh Smith, all on the injured list. Smith has played second more than anybody else, but Ezekiel Duran and Justin Foscue also getting a number of starts at second, and now Lopez in back-to-back games. Couple of 3-ball counts here to the 8 and 9 hitters as Spencer fell behind Higashioka 3-0. Now he's 3-1 on Lopez.
Yeah, that strike to ball ratio probably not exactly where Spencer wants it. Next pitch will be his 75th, and he's got 41 in the zone so far out of those 74.
And at bat will frustrate Eric Getty as he walks the 9-hitter here in a 5-1 game. Christian Vasquez is making a challenge here. The Astros have already lost one of their challenges, and Christian is going to bring Lopez back to the plate.
I felt a little late.
Yeah, I didn't see it initially.
Yeah. Good challenge. Got it. There's a Christian Vasquez still on that heater.
Felt like he had to be right, though. The Astros would have lost their second challenge of the night. So now it's a 3-2 count to Lopez. And now he'll draw a walk. And Spencer with a long look in there, but Vasquez tells him it was off the plate. So now that will frustrate Spencer.
Astros trivia is powered by Reliant. The question: prior to 2000, only one Astro had multiple home runs in back-to-back games. Who is he? Who was he? Prior to 2000, only one Astro had multiple home runs in back-to-back games. That's Astros trivia powered by Reliant.
Jock Peterson, the batter, grounds one to second. Could be a double play. Bryce Matthews flips to Pena, bare hand, and a one-hopper to first. Some style points by JP3 on the flip by Bryce, and they turn 2 to end the inning.
That ground ball took Bryce towards second base, and he just popped it up. And Jeremy grabbed it out of midair, gave a long hop to Isak, and the double play has been completed.
All In, All the Time is presented by Daly and Black, talking about the cleanup hitter for the Astros the last couple of games. Taylor Trammell already with an RBI double today, returned from the IL recently. He was swinging it well on the rehab assignment, which is what he was doing before the injury. You see the numbers, they're updated too. Good OPS when he's in the middle part of the order. He has produced, saying he just wants to keep the confidence up, playing with a lot of it this year, TK.
He really is, Julia. 14 for 37 on the season.
Now a 7-game hitting streak going back to before his IL stint. That double was a big double, gave the Astros a 4-1 lead, and then he would score on the next batter's base hit, Cam Smith driving him in. So it turned a 3-1 game quickly into a 5-1 game. As the Astros got a couple of 2-out runs on Nathan Eovaldi. Eovaldi, other than the 2 innings where the Astros have scored runs, he has worked quickly through the lineup in those other 3 innings. But he's down 5-1 as he starts here in the 6th. Makes quick work here of Taylor Trammell, who strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. That is strikeout number 5 for Eovaldi. He is now retired 8 in a row since the Cam Smith RBI base hit. Here is Cam, knocking in his 19th run of the year with that single to center his last time up. Checks his swing on a pitch up 1-0. Cam sends this one to center. Evan Carter drifts a few steps to his left and puts it away for the 2nd out. Now a word from Reliant.
Reliant, official energy provider of the Houston Astros.
Braden Shoemake the batter. Shoemake has struck out and flied out to deep center. Evan Carter catching one on the wall in left center field as Shoemake went the other way and hit it well. Grounds this one past Eovaldi. It'll be Nathan's 4th 1-2-3 innings. So other than the 2 innings where the Astros have scored runs, Eovaldi has been perfect, but the Astros still lead 5-1. Tomorrow, 10,000 fans will take home a City Connect Hawaiian shirt presented by Doggett. Get your tickets now at astros.com/promotions. Oh, the Astros and the Brewers kick off a 3-game series as Alejandro Osuna leads off here to start the bottom of the 6th inning and takes a first pitch strike 0-1. Osuna has lined out to left, and he's been one of the 2 batters that Arrighetti has hit tonight. Spencer's hit 2 and walked 1. And allowed 2 base hits, both in the 2nd inning. Gets ahead of Osuna 0-2.
Whoa. That was a hot dog.
Just missed the outside edge. It's 1-2. Arrighetti getting a visit here from Christian Vasquez. Brewer series will be a night game tomorrow, 7:10. Fireworks to follow. 3:10 on Saturday. And Sunday, a 1:10 start. Little chopper. First baseman Isaac Paredes steps on the bag. Osuna retired. Astros have done a good job against Osuna this series. He's 0 for 11. Julia.
Get Up and Play is driven by Toyota. The defense has been on display this road trip. Cam Smith with an exclamation point right there. Great catch earlier in this one. That was first inning. Robbie Brandon Nimmo of a home run. We've got a lot of those shots of Spencer too.
That might be the best or one of them all year. And that was well over the wall. Nimmo taking a strike, 0-1. That was right after the Astros had a 3-run first, and Spencer ended up with a 1-2-3 10-pitch inning with that catch by Cam. When you look at all the metrics defensively, center fielders are the only guys who have better defensive numbers than Cam Smith in terms of outs above average and 5-star catches. It's been pretty much center fielders who lead the way, but Cam is in the mix in the top 10 and the best of the right fielders. It's off the plate, 1-2. Cam has 6 outs above average. The next closest right fielder is Corbin Carroll with 4.
Yeah, those catch probabilities don't take into account the wall and some of the angles that these corner infielders are dealing with either.
And in terms of 5-star catches, Jacob Young leads the way with 6, and you've got Pete Crow Armstrong, Chandler Simpson, and Ceddanne Rafaela with 4, and then Cam Smith in a group of 3 in the 5-star catch category. This ball to center. Taylor Trammell will back up a few steps. He's got room and puts it away for out number 2. And then the other metric is defensive runs saved, and he'll get credited for that home run robbery for DRS, but he is second in that category amongst right fielders, only to Wilyer Abreu. Cam with 6 DRS coming in, and Abreu with 11 of the right fielders in the major league this year. So we could be looking at an early front runner for Gold Glove Award winner in right field.
I think you're right.
This ball poked into center field on a 1-1 pitch, and Josh Young has his second hit of the night. Spencer was looking for his first 1-2-3 inning since the first, and instead he'll pitch with a runner on first and 2 outs.
Pretty good pitch on the outer edge. Just credit Young for going out there and getting it, and getting just enough to be able to clear everybody and gently place that one in center field for that base hit. Josh Miller is going to be out to have a conversation with Eric Getty. 90 pitches, 2 outs here in the 6th.
Now word from Woodlands Church.
At Woodlands Church, there's a place for everyone. We don't have all the answers, but we're looking to the one who does.
Joe Espada looking on. His starter has 90 pitches thrown so far. Spencer's had a couple of games at 100 and 102, but in general, he's usually a guy that finishes up his night in the 90s with his pitch count. Nate Pearson warming up here. Spencer would at least like to get through 6. He has done that just once in his last 4 starts. He was at 7 1/3 against the Rangers of 1-hit baseball. That hit by Young, just the first hit since the second inning for the Rangers. Tonight, Spencer has limited the Rangers to 3 hits. He held the Cubs to 2 hits in 5 innings in his last start. The Rangers had that lone hit in 7 1/3 back on the 15th at Dyken Park. It's off the plate to Carter, 1-1. Bouncing in there, it's 2-1 to Carter. Carter grounded out to first and was hit by a pitch his last time up. Got a pop up. Shallow right. Cam Smith will call off Bryce Matthews and takes charge and put it away for the final out. One hit, one left on. Arrighetti and the Astros lead it 5-1 after 6.
Let's answer our trivia question powered by Reliant. We asked you, prior to 2000, only one Astro had multiple home runs in back-to-back games. Who was that Astro? Doug Rader back in 1973. Red Rooster. That's some thump. Probably would have hit a couple of homers in this ballpark.
Man. And survived those Astrodome years all the time for Doug Rader. Nathan Eovaldi facing the bottom third of the order. Both times he has faced Enzo Matthews and Vasquez. He has had a 1-2-3-7 pitch inning in the second and the fourth. Now he faces them in the seventh, having retired 10 in a row. And Zach puts it on the ground on one hop. Duran makes a strong throw to get to Zenzo, who is hustling down the line by a step and a half. One away in the seventh inning. Astros had a 3-0 lead, 3 batters in. They added a couple of 2-out RBI base hits in the third. And other than that, Eovaldi has been tough, but the Astros putting up 5 on him today after doing not much against him in his previous 4 starts. Here's Bryce Matthews 0 for 2. Bryce takes a pitch for a strike, 0-1. Bryce asking Ramon De Jesus if that was the top of the zone. One at the top of the zone. Now he gets one at the bottom of the zone, and Bryce will regroup, taking his time out here, down to the count 0-2. Hey, Pearson continues to warm up, which leads you to believe that Spencer Arrighetti's night might be over. Not a typical swing and miss night tonight for Arrighetti, as he had just 3 whiffs in his 6 innings of work, but was able to limit the Rangers to only 1 run on 3 hits. A walk and a couple of hit batters also in the mix.
But you like to see pitchers work through maybe some of their, not their best days. Just because he wasn't getting swing and miss doesn't mean he didn't pitch well. He pitched great.
He did. Blubber, that's 6 starts in a row, allowing 1 earned run or fewer.
That's a nice little run right there.
And then the only one he allowed more than 1 earned run was that Cleveland start with 2. So 6 innings of 1 earned run baseball will actually raise his ERA. Started out at 1.32.
As it stands, he'll be at 1.34.
Only 1 walk tonight for Spencer, so stop that trend of averaging 4 walks per start his last 4. Matthews down on strikes for the second time. Eovaldi has a half dozen now.
Astros fans can now stream Space City Home Network directly with SCHN Plus. No cable or satellite needed. Log on to SCHNplus.com to purchase the app directly. Already have Space City Home Network? You can download the app to access the content at no additional cost.
Christian Vasquez bats for a 3rd time. Vasquez watches one in for ball 1. 12 in a row now sent down by Eovaldi, as he has gotten better as the game has gone along, and that's kind of his trend. We showed you his numbers coming in. You can get to him early, but then once he settles in, he gets better 2nd and 3rd time through the lineup. Frustrated with himself after that pitch. It's 2-0. Rangers also have their bullpen going as Eovaldi will throw his 90th pitch of the night. That's popped up, playable. Jake Burger, foul territory. Another 1-2-3 inning for Eovaldi. 13 straight sent down by the Alvin, Texas native. 7th inning stretch time here in Arlington. Astros lead at 5-1. We're going to check in with Esh and Bogey in our Rooms to Go lounge.
Kaplan sinus relief. You see Kaiwei Tang going against Coleman Crow. When we get back home, coverage will start at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Tang 3-3 with a 2.19 ERA. Last couple of starts he has not allowed a run. And Crow will make his 3rd career start. Brewers number 25 prospect. We'll see some good pitching against a very good team in the Milwaukee Brewers in that matchup with the Astros and Brewers for 3 games when we get back, eventually finishing off this road trip. Until then, we're going to watch Nate Pearson take the mound. This will only be his 3rd appearance this season since coming off the injured list. 2 innings, hasn't given up an earned run yet. You have to get a strikeout as an Astro, even though he's in the upper 90s with his fastball.
That's kind of surprising, right?
Yeah. He's faced 7 batters.
Pitched an inning in Minnesota, an inning in Chicago, and now it's his 1st inning of work here in this 4-game series in Arlington. So pitching on the 20th, 3 days rest, then again on the 24th, 3 days rest, and now on the 28th. Starts the inning off with an 0-2 count on Jake Burger. 6, 7, and 8 due up against Pearson. Burger has struck out and grounded out to 3rd. Three-pitch strikeout. There you go, Blummer.
You ask and you shall receive.
First strikeout is an Astro. Nate Pearson makes quick work of Jake Burger.
Well, with 3 sliders and got Burger swinging and missing. Good depth on that one as this one just bites down in the zone on our Mattress Firm Supermo for that swing and miss.
Arrigetti's final line tonight, 6 innings of 3-hit, 1-run baseball, walked 1, hit 2, struck out 3. And allowed the 1 run on a home run to Josh Young. Now Ezekiel Duran taking a strike. Firm fastball 99.
Well, there's some fuzz at the top there, huh?
Nick Allen is the new 2nd baseman for the Astros. That moves Bryce Matthews from 2nd to center and Taylor Trammell from center to left. So Allen bats in Hundo. Allen bats in Zach DeZenzo's spot in the lineup. Was that a Hunter Brown Hundo or a?
Oh, that was a flat Hundo.
Was it?
Hundo .0.
I think that's the first time he got the Hunter Brown Hundo. You know what we're talking about. Hunter doesn't like to round up, so he doesn't count any of the pitches he's thrown that have been registered at 100 until he gets to 100.0. Pearson just did. His firmest fastball as an Astro in his short 3-game career.
Well, that last one upped it by a mile an hour. 101.
Seriously?
Yep.
101.
I ain't gonna lie.
Wow. He threw his first pitch off the plate, so 6 pitches in, he's got 5 strikes.
I don't want to give too much away, but I think he just mouthed fastball and then shook.
Are we doing a Greinke?
I think so. If he throws a fastball right here, yes. Looks like he wants to bury this one, but that was a slider.
92 on the slide piece.
Yeah, that thing is everything out of that right arm is power. It's a big boy, 6'6". Nate Pearson coming straight downhill. Does he have a nickname? I haven't heard.
Not that I know of.
Hey, that'll wake you up. A little espresso shot underneath the chin at 98. Ooh.
Little Tapper trouble, and Duran is going to beat it out. No chance for Shoemake. That was a swinging bunt, perfectly placed by Duran. He's a 1-out base runner.
Well, Arrighetti gave the Astros 6 strong. That's going to be a quality start. 18 outs, 7 on the curveball, 4 on the 5 on the 4-seamer, a couple on the sweeper. Changeup, had to use it all today. Got a double play behind him. Scattering those pitches around. Struck out on the sweeper, curveball, couple on the curveball. A good night for Spencer, going 6 strong for the Astros, giving them some depth.
Starting pitching in this series has been very good for 3 of the 4 starts. And even that second start where the Rangers went crazy in the first inning, Alexander's still able to give them 6 innings. So they got 6 innings or more out of all 4 starters here in Arlington. There goes the runner, pitches up. Vasquez's throw is not in time. Duran has his 5th steal of the year.
This steal, took a chance right here. This was actually a pretty good pitch to throw on for Christian Vasquez. Just don't think he really got the grip he wanted to make that strong throw down to second base. I think Duran got face full of earth sliding into second base, still trying to get it out of his eyeball and his beard. Goes in head first and oh man, oh sheesh, dirt helmet,
a lot happening,
man.
2-0 count is a strike to Higashioka. It's 2-1. Spencer ends up the month of May with a 0.93 ERA.
That's good.
That's not bad.
That's good.
That's not bad.
Yeah. I get a couple of pitcher of the month votes on.
He had 5 starts and a sub-1 ERA, so he'll definitely get consideration for pitcher of the month. Well, what do they have on MLB Central? The pitching hand.
Yeah,
could be a consideration for that as well. So I think they take into consideration how good of an interview the guy is too. And Spencer's one of the best.
Yeah, that is a good. That might put him over the top. There's a guy in Douglas Martin in Chicago, White Sox, Southside. He's on a pretty good run too. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check, but I'm not sure he's on as good a run as Spencer.
Pretty good run though.
Yeah.
That'll be a walk. Pearson walks Higashioka, so now the Rangers have 2 runners on for the first time in an inning since they scored their run in the second. Josh Miller looks like he may be tempted to take a visit to the mound. Now he's just going to make a phone call.
Yeah, this is that part of the order you would love to see your pitchers just go out and try and power through. Duran did a good job on a 3-2 slider, just poking it into play. That was some tough luck, but the walk, that's a gift.
2 on, 1 out. Here's Nicky Lopez. Didn't miss by much, just inside for a ball. 1-0. Davis Martin has a 2.05 ERA in May.
Davis Martin, thank you. He has a what?
2.05.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Not good enough.
Strike on the outside edge. Lopez thought about a challenge, decides not to. It's 1-1. Now Pearson ahead of the count, 1-2. Nate picking up his first strikeout as an Astro, followed up by the first hit he's allowed as an Astro. A little tapper on a swinging bunt by Duran. Then he walked the 8-hitter Higashioka, now ahead 1-2 on Lopez. Got him. Nate Pearson picking up his second strikeout of the inning. Now 2 outs with 2 on for the top of the order, Jock Peterson. And here comes Joe Espada.
Good slider down and in. Lopez over the top of that. Got 2 strikeouts as an Astro for Nate Pearson.
Pearson will leave after 2/3 of an inning, facing 4 batters. Steven Okert will be called on to face the left-hand hitting Jock Peterson. We'll have a pitching change here in a 5-1 game in the 7th.
Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, a couple of runners on. The Astros leading 5-1, and they are going to their bullpen for everyday Okert. That is Steven Okert leading the bullpen in appearances now with his 27th as he toes the rubber. Good numbers, 3.86 is the ERA. The whip just barely over 1 and 21 strikeouts in 23 and a third innings pitch for Okert.
Interim manager Luis Urrieta with Skip Schumacher attending his son's graduation. Urrieta is going to send a pinch hitter up there. Justin Foscue will hit for Jock Peterson, and the first one's off the plate for ball 1. Foscue playing in last night's game, coming in halfway through. Started the first 2 games as the second baseman. Sends this one high in the air, shallow right. It's so shallow that Nick Allen takes charge and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Okert, 2 pitches to get through the 7th, stranding 2. We head to the 8th and a 5-1 Astros lead.
Join the Astros for Pride Night on Wednesday, June 3rd, presented by Coca-Cola. Make sure to get a Pride Night basketball jersey add-on while supplies last. Learn more at astros.com/pride. Lemmer.
Thank you, Julia. The Rangers getting into their bullpen, and it's going to be Cal Quantrill coming into this game. This will be his 196th appearance in the big leagues. Broke in 2019 with San Diego. 9th appearance this season for the Texas Rangers, and appears with a 2.79 ERA.
Jeremy Pena is hitting some tough luck today. He's hit the ball sharply 3 times. One was a home run. Also lined out to short, grounded out sharply to third. He'll lead off here in the 8th inning with the Astros leading 5-1. Pena overall with a 5-game hitting streak has hit in his last 10 games against the Rangers. That goes back to last season. Jeremy takes a strike from Quantrill. It's 1-1. Jeremy with a triple in 5 career at-bats, matching up against Quantrill. Also has walked once and struck out once. It'll be Jeremy and then maybe Yordan Alvarez's final shot at history as he goes for home run number 6 in a series. It's never been done before by a Houston Astro. And then Isaac Paredes. Pena down on the count 1-2. A while for Quantrill. Last pitched against the Angels on Friday, so working on 5 days of rest as he misses up and in. Is 2-2. Little tapper towards short, slowly hit with Pena's speed, could be close and safe at first base. Pena with an infield hit. Didn't hit that ball well, but he deserved that after hitting some hard outs his previous 2 at-bats.
Maybe getting one back here as he beats this one out, just pounded into the ground and run. Just beats that throw.
He's been testing that hamstring this whole road trip.
Man, you ain't lying, both on defense and on offense.
Now Yordan Alvarez 0 for 2 tonight with a walk and a run scored. He does have a career home run against Quantrill. It's his only hit in 6 at-bats against Cal. First pitch up for a ball.
Yellowwood is bringing the lumber, and so are Murakami, Schwarber, and Yordan. But check out the strikeout percentages and batting average. Yordan elite in all 3 of those categories. Schwarber leading Major League Baseball with 21 home runs, and Murakami and Alvarez tied at 20. But the .309 batting average and the 17% strikeout rate, well ahead of the other 2 sluggers.
Quantrill likes to throw Yordan the splitter, but Yordan hit a home run against the splitter. He threw him a cutter there, fouled it away. It's 1-2.
Yeah, Quantrill probably figured it worked for Eovaldi. Why not try his own to get him?
Ooh, Pena was leaning a little bit. Gets back to the bag. Joe Espada did say he'd like to give Jeremy a day off against the Brewers after starting all 10 games on this trip.
I'd ask for Sunday off.
Jacob Mizorowski.
Selfishly, I'd be like, wow, could use a day off on Sunday against the guy that strikes out the entire planet.
I mean, that's going to be a fun day.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a great day. It's always fun to have those matchups.
Nobody's ever been a starting pitcher that threw harder than the young right-hander.
Right? Yeah,
more often. Jacob Mizorowski against Tatsuya Imai coming off his combined no-hitter.
Yeah, get your backside in a seat this homestand. You're going to see some good baseball, some good pitching. Skeens is scheduled, I think, to pitch that second game when Pittsburgh comes in against Spencer.
We're down on strikes. But tonight was not as magical as the first 3 nights for Yordan, as he is 0 for 3. Did have a walk and a run scored. He's out number 1. Here's our projected starters for that series. Kaiwei Tang has been very good his last 2 starts, and now he's fully built up against the young Coleman Crow, and then Brandon Sproat against Peter Lambert on Saturday. There's a matchup we were talking about on Sunday. While the Astros were no-hitting the Rangers to start this series on Monday night, Jacob Mizorowski was throwing 57 pitches at 100 miles an hour in his start on Monday as well. And speaking of that no-hitter on Monday, guess who's warming up in the Astros pen?
Oh. Ho, ho, ho.
There he is, Alan Santa. I imagine Okert's going to go out there to start the inning because there's lefties due up the next 2 hitters. But then maybe after that it'll be time for Santa. Paredes had a big swing in the first inning, gave the Astros a 3-0 lead with a 2-run home run. He's also walked and scored a run his second time up, flied out to left his last time. Back off the mound, slowed it up a little bit, and they're able to turn a double play. So Quantrill faces the minimum with that double play turn against Isaac Paredes. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It is 5-1 Houston. "5-1 ball game, a combined 9 hits. Astros bunching all their runs in the first and the third. They've only had an infield hit since the 3rd inning. Rangers with a total of 4 hits tonight. Had a couple of runners on last inning after an infield hit and a walk, but they have been limited tonight to a few scoring opportunities as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning, and Okert will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Alejandro Osuna due up, and Sam Haggerty is in the batter's box. And will hit in Osuna's spot here to lead off the 8th inning. First pitch home is in for a ball. So Luis Urieta going to back-to-back pinch hitters to face Steven Okert. Haggerty golfs one foul. The count's 1-1. Daniel De Los Santos, who picked up 5 outs last night in a save for the Astros, is warming again. He threw 23 pitches to retire 5 batters, striking out 3 of the 5. Might see Enyel get the end of the 8th if Okert only faces Nimmo. And then maybe Brian King on in the 9th. We'll see how Joe plays it. I doubt you would see back-to-back multi-inning outings for Enyel.
I thought you might have been able to kind of get around him a little bit and protect him with a 4-run lead. We'll see.
2-2 the count to Haggerty.
Bullpen's in great shape.
That's what happens when you get at least 6 innings in all 4 of your starts here in Texas.
Yes.
We've done a graphic multiple times this year about bullpen ERA when a starter goes 6 innings or more, and then the bullpen ERA when the starter goes 5 2/3 or less, and it's dramatic.
Yeah, you pitch that deep in the game, and then you can start playing with particular pockets and matchups if you're Joe Espada, and I feel like that's how it's been working on this road trip for that Astros bullpen here in the month of May.
Joe trying to get win number 201 with the win tonight. Try to head home with a 7-3 road trip. That would be amazing after losing 2 out of 3 to start the trip. A little pop-up, foul territory. Christian Vasquez makes the call on the catch, and Haggerty pops up for the first out of the 8th. Now Oker will face Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo was robbed of a home run by Cam Smith on a great catch in the first, and then he's flied out twice to center since then. Pitch in, hits Nimmo. That is the 3rd batter the Astros have hit tonight. Nimmo will be a 1-out base runner.
Just a 2-seamer that ran up and in. Oker usually under control, but clips him.
That's going to be it for Oker tonight. He'll face 3 batters. A couple of pop-ups and now a hit by pitch, and he will leave the game, and Enyel De Los Santos will come on to try and get through the 8th. We have a pitching change here in Arlington with the Astros leading 5-1, 1 out in the 8th.
We're back here in Arlington, and you see Enyel De Los Santos on the mound. It's the bottom of the 8th with 1 out. A runner at first base. The Astros up 5-1, and there's the numbers. It'll be his 22nd appearance. Picked up a save last night, picking up 5 outs. And here to try and shut out the 8th.
Josh Young has a home run, accounting for the lone run for the Rangers tonight. Hits this ball sharply, just foul. Shoemake making a diving attempt, but ruled foul by Quinn Wolcott at 3rd base. It'll be strike 1. Los Santos faced Josh Young last night and got him to pop up as the first batter he faced coming out of the bullpen. Brandon Nimmo on first base. He was hit by a pitch with 1 out. To a knee goes Young as he misses a slider. It's 0-2. One thing Josh Young has done better than anybody else in baseball this year is he's improved on his strikeout percentage by 10.6%. Best improvement in all of baseball. Down and away, 1-2. Spencer got him on a called 3rd back in the 4th. His other 2 at bats have been a home run and a single tonight. It's wide, 2-2.
Just pulling a couple sliders off the plate. A couple of good ones to start the AB.
0-2 to 3-2. Santos facing 5 batters through 23 pitches last night. Struck out 3, got a ground out and a pop-up with the other 2. And that'll be a 4 consecutive pitch walk after being ahead 0-2 to put 2 runners on and bring the tying run in this game into the on-deck circle. Now a word from TxDOT.
Hook 'em. Kick 'em. Hook 'em. Kick 'em. Hook 'em.
Now Evan Carter, the batter. Carter got jammed on that fastball in. It's 0-1. Down 2-2. Excuse me, 2-1. Astros going with Enio De Los Santos back-to-back nights. They often don't use pitchers 3 straight nights. Brian King also pitched last night, and he's starting to warm up for the Astros here in this 5-1 game. Enio, after getting ahead of Young 0-2, is now missed on 6 of the last 7 pitches.
3 righties after Evan Carter before you get to Nicky Lopez.
King almost serves as a righty out there.
Yeah, he's got that reverse split working.
Count evens at 2 apiece. Carter struck out last night against Enio De Los Santos. Enio able to get him with a changeup at the bottom of the zone. Off the plate, 3-2. A big pitch coming here for the Astros and Enio De Los Santos. He's already walked Josh Young, and now he's got a full count on Evan Carter. Nimmo on second. He was hit by a pitch. Young on first with 1 out in the 8th in a 5-1 game. Got him. Got him with a changeup again, just like last night. De Los Santos snatches that throw back from Vasquez as he strikes out Carter for the 2nd out.
Big changeup. Wasn't one of the nastier changeups. It was just Evan Carter trying to cheat out and try and fight off that fastball that he was a little bit tardy on, and just the timing setting that up was good.
Now Jake Berger, the batter. Berger taking a strike to the knees. Jake has not enjoyed his matchups through the years against Enio De Los Santos. He is 1 for 6 with 4 strikeouts against Enio. Checks his swing on a pitch in. It's 1-1. That one's popped up. Who wants it? Shoemake drifting in. Jeremy Pena is also there. It's going to be Shoemake who puts it away for the final out of the inning. 2 left on. De Los Santos gets through the 8th, and the Astros still lead by 4.
Things escalated quickly here in Game 4 in Arlington with a big swing off the bat of Jeremy Pena getting into the second deck. Astros with an early lead, then a walk to Jordan set things up for Isaac Paredes, who took the first pitch. Two-seamer up and in and hit a 2-run jack. 3-0 in that first inning for the Astros. They would come back and score a couple more runs in that third inning. Taylor Trammell being able to yank a double just inside that first base bag, scoring Isaac, who walked in that inning, and then Cam Smith had himself a base hit up the middle, staying on a split to drive in Taylor Trammell. And that accounts for the 5 runs that are now on the board, giving the Astros a 5-1 lead as they hit here in the top of the 9th, still against Cal Quantrill.
Quantrill in his second inning of work, facing Trammell, Cam Smith, and Braden Shoemake, 4, 5, and 6 in the Astros lineup. Astros now have Brian Abreu warming up in their pen, as Brian King has now sat down. De Los Santos going back-to-back days, and Joe doesn't want to use 2 of his leverage guys in back-to-back days leading into that Brewers series. Brewers coming off a day off. They'll be better rested. Milwaukee with a record of 33-20, leading the NL Central by 4.5 games at the start of today's play. Only 5 hits for the Astros, and only 1 since the 3rd inning. That was a little infield hit by Jeremy Pena. Taylor Trammell sends one to left. And that is out number 1 as Alejandro Osuna makes the catch. Well, that last highlight that Blummer showed you was the Cam Smith RBI single. It's his lone hit today in 3 at-bats. Cam also made a great play in right field to rob Brandon Nimmo of a home run in the first inning. Wasn't this the stadium that you and Julia recreated the George Springer home run robbery?
That was across the street.
That's right. I mean, this city, I guess I should have
Yeah.
said.
No, it definitely happened here. Tony Sipp was on the mound maybe, and there were 3 guys on base, and it was a grand slam robbing.
Wow.
Jump and catch in a similar area.
Cam got up on this one.
Batter challenging the strike ball.
Cam's going to challenge a strike call. Astros have 1 left. It's the 9th inning.
Hey.
And Cam got a winner.
Houston has 1 challenge man.
Cam wins that one by an inch high over the top of the zone. Turns a 1-1 count to a 2-0 count. Now it's 2-1. Astros will get home late tonight to get ready for that series against the Brewers. Then they'll get their first off day at home on Monday since April the 23rd. We haven't talked much about the tarps off trend, but it's starting to get a little bit bigger in the right center field section here at Globe Life Field. Not quite as large as the St. Louis contingent that we saw begin the trend.
Yeah, we got action. Come on, that guy in the lower left. Let's go.
Well, tapper, Cam Smith might be trouble, and yeah, it is. Cam can float down the line, and he is able to beat that infield hit out without a throw. Second hit of the night for Cam.
Even though that's a second hit, it's still a salvage. Using that speed, put his head down, hustling through the bag. It's nice to have that speed element pick up some hits for me. Oh, 30.9.
Come on.
Yeah, he was rolling.
39? Ooh. That's going to be one of the top speeds of the year for any Astro. Okay, Cam. Maybe one will be talking to Jeremy Pena about on the flight. Here's Braden Shoemake. off the plate, 1-1.
That fly out for Shoemake back in the 3rd inning.
Yeah.
You were a foot off, by the way. It was 399 feet, but that would have gotten out of 12 ballparks, including Dyken.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was to left center. That wasn't a Crawford box shot.
Yeah, that was a poke.
One and two on Shoemake, who's looking for his first hit tonight. We mentioned Braden has a lot of close ties in the area. Julia?
Yeah, this is where he grew up. His dad, Shane Shoemake, began the UT Dallas baseball program back in 2002. He's an athletic director, so he's been there ever since. So that's where he grew up, at that ballpark, eventually playing all sports, but ended up in baseball. Played for the Aggies, but his dad, a legend over there.
And he might have just connected high and deep to right center field. No, it's not going to be enough. Cam bluffed a tag, but Shoemake has had a near home run to left center, now a near home run to right center, but has nothing to show for it tonight. Time to reveal the winner of tonight's Chevy Stroll Poll. We asked you about Triple Crown winners. Will we see one again? 30% of you say no, we're not going to see one ever again after having won in the past 50 years. And there is Jordan winning the poll with 59%. Why not? Astros fans saying yes, he can do it. Thanks to those who voted in tonight's Stroll Poll. Zach DeCenzo bats for, Nick Allen bats for a first time in DeCenzo's place. Allen had a couple of back-to-back games to end the Cubs series and to begin this Rangers series. Had 2 hits in the first game of this series and drove in a couple of runs with a base-loaded single. This ball hit hard, but Ezekiel Duran's there. Allen lines out to end the top half of the 9th. Brian Abreu will be on in a 5-1 game as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Texas Children's, by Mack Hike Chevrolet, the #1 volume Chevy dealer in Houston, and by Michelob Ultra Zero. Make a plan to get home safe. A reminder from your friends at Silver Eagle Distributors, Houston.
Back inside Globe Life Field, it is the bottom of the 9th, and on the mound is going to be Brian Abreu. The score 5-1. Astros over the Rangers last 10 games. 9 2/3 innings, 9 strikeouts. Able to pitch around some of those walks, keeping the opponents to a sub-200 average. Picked up a save against these Texas Rangers back on May 16th at home, going an inning and a third, allowed 1 hit, a walk, through 24 pitches in that outing.
He's got the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up. Ezekiel Duran watches the first slider wide. It's 1-0. Astros stranding 2 runners each of the last 2 innings. An infield hit and a walk in the 7th, a hit by pitch and a walk in the 8th, and now Abreu on in the 9th with a 4-run lead. That one catches the plate with a slider, had Duran backing up. It's 1-1. Fastball at 94, misses up and in. It's 2-1. Duran has 2 of the Rangers' 4 hits tonight. The other 2 hits from Josh Young, so those 2 guys combining for all the damage in terms of hits against the Astros tonight. There's a strike, 2-2. Duran, then Kyle Higashioka. Nicky Lopez due up here in the bottom of the 9th. Astros trying to win 3 out of 4 and finish off a 7-3 homestand. Got him. Strikeout for Abreu to start the bottom half of the 9th, getting Duran swinging for the first out.
Promising start to this outing for Brian Abreu. A couple of good sliders and then a fastball at 95 at the top rail.
That's a good sign for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, good to hear that pop of that mitt.
Now Kyle Higashioka, the batter. First pitch missing in for a ball, 1-0. Abreu, like Nate Pearson, pitching for the first time in this series, pitching for the first time since Sunday's game against the Cubs. That one catches the inside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1. Jake Myers into the game. Bryce Matthews continues to shift around the field. He was at second, he was in center, now he's in left. Taylor Trammell out. Slider wide, 3-1 to Higashioka. It seems like Higashioka has been ahead of the count all night long. That'll be a strike to run the count full. Got him with that slider. Swing and a miss for Higashioka. That is back-to-back strikeouts for Abreu. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th.
Nicely done by Brian Abreu. Got some pretty good chase on this one. Way off the UTMB Anderson strike zone with the spin. Couple of punch to get this 9th inning started for Abreu, trying to finish it off here.
This ball hit by Nicky Lopez to right, and the Astros are going to win this series and have a 7-3 road trip. What a trip for the Astros. They had struggled on the road all season long, but they go to Minneapolis. They play the Cubs in Chicago, and they come here to Arlington and take 3 out of 4. Lumber, that is quite a trip after starting out 1-2 against the Twins.
Yeah, tripping is definitely what it is, and I am happy that the Astros end up with a winning road trip. I'm happy the way they played these games. They played well here in Arlington to finish off. Now get me home.
Astros 7-3 on the trip. They are now percentage points ahead of the Rangers in 3rd place in the AL West, flipping the standings with that win tonight. Astros postgame show presented by Whataburger. Kevin Eschenfelder and Brian Bogusevic, your hosts. Julia Morales helping out with interviews on the field and in the clubhouse. Postgame show is next.